Okay. That's probably not good for it. What's up, everybody? Today is a very, very sad day for me. Thank you for tuning in to this week's YouTube vlog. Today is the day that we are breaking down the E36. It's the end of the season, and we need this motor and this differential for the E92. And today's the day it's all coming apart. All right, guys, so we're here at Night Owl Performance. The car's all unloaded, and we're actually going to take the engine out of this. And you might be wondering why I'm not just building a new engine or just building a whole new car. And really, it's because this engine is tried and true at this point. We went through all of the teething issues over the past couple of years. We've made the power we need to make. And quite frankly, I just don't need two 1,000 horsepower capable drift cars. It's not feasible for me, really. And this engine's already made. It makes the E92 build faster. My E36 actually has gotten to the point where it works really, really well, and the chassis will become another car in the future. But I want something newer. I want something different, and the E92 does all that. So all the good parts from the E36 will likely end up in the E92, and down the road I will have an E36 practice car, maybe with a V8 in it, maybe with a turbo M50, maybe with something else. I really don't know. It really just depends on how this off-season turns out and if I can get everything I want. So we're going to make some upgrades while the engine's out. Primarily, we're going to try to upgrade the transmission to a dog box while the engine's out. If you've seen my past videos, you know I've gone through quite a few CD009s. And today's the day. Today's the last day. The E36 has this turbo LS in it, but hopefully later it'll have another motor. There's a lot of things that I wish I did differently on the E36 when I built the chassis. And I never built this car the way that I built the E92. I was always doing and redoing and undoing and all this stuff to this car. And although the chassis is still pretty stout, it's never been in really any major wrecks. It's never done anything wrong. It's not rusty. Actually, an extremely good chassis. But the E92, I just did things better. I thought more forward. I had more resources, and it's going to be a better car. And the way I'm looking at this is progression. I'm progressing from the E36 to the E92, not because the E36 is a bad chassis, but the E92 can offer some things that the E36 can't. And basically, it's a newer car. Being a newer car is very valuable in racing. It looks better on track. Sponsors like it better, and I like it better. I've had the E36 7 or 8 years now. I've been drifting it since I bought it. It's the only drift car I've ever had, and I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for something new. I want something clean. I want something unique. And I think the E92 can offer that to me. Now it's time to get to work. It's about 10:09 a.m. on Saturday right now. I don't know how long this is going to take, but hopefully it doesn't take up the whole day. It should be relatively quick because there's just not that much stuff in the way. But we'll see how it goes, and let's dig into it. Just like that. Hopefully. Alright guys, I skipped a few steps, but we're about to find out how many things I didn't unplug, because this engine's not even sitting in the car anymore. Got the motor mounts out. It's kind of hanging out crooked. We got jack supporting the trans right now. I think I got everything unplugged, but we'll see. There was a lot of stuff plugged into this motor that I just like added on later or something, because it was a pain. But it's coming out now.
That makes sense, yeah. So just FYI. What? It's filming now. You trying to get me on camera?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you don't want to be on the camera, don't stand in front of the camera.
You don't want me to put my secrets out?
I mean, I'll catch one no matter what. I got a good memory. So, we got the engine out, and somebody, not me, made a mess. I don't know who it was. But we're going to pull this.
Get an F in chat.
Man. So we're going to pull this transmission off, get it up for sale. Trying to upgrade the transmission this off season. Car is a mess. Engine is a mess. The floor is a mess. Inside of the car, a mess. My life is a mess. This is all a mess. But the engine's out, and we're going to take that transmission off.
They had this brisket, egg and cheese biscuit. Oh, so good with bacon on it. Oh.
Did you ever go to this, what was that? Built Big Smokies right down the corner of Hockey Sword?
Yeah.
He was inside the gas station. Dude, that is probably the best one to go.
That's some of the
That gas station right by that shop?
the Exxon, yeah,
Where the dude's
yeah.
tire was flat.
Uh-huh.
He used to have a smoker truck outside there.
All right, guys, I'm back in the garage. I got the engine home, sitting right there. Funny story. I got home, I did a little organizing in the garage, and I was like, oh, I got to go get my engine stand because I'm bringing my engine home. So I thought it was up in that attic over there. So I move the car, I get the ladder down, and I go up there, and I'm looking all over the place for this engine stand. And it's not there. It's not. The engine stand's gone. I knew I had one up there. So I come back out, I'm like getting the hoist ready to take this engine out of my truck. And I'm like, I must have sold that engine stand, or I must have given it to somebody with a motor I sold or something. Where did that engine stand go? I used it to make the rotisserie. So I got to go get a new engine stand and put my engine on it. Maybe like tomorrow or something from Harbor Freight. They're just Harbor Freight engine stands, like $35 or something, $50. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take this engine out of my truck. I'm basically gonna just put it down here somewhere, and we'll get to working on putting it actually in the car, or actually undressing it and then putting it into the car, probably next weekend or maybe later this week, something like that. I actually have to order the engine plate that I'm going to use and decide if I'm gonna use a mid plate or not, things like that. So Thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this content, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.